Okay, before we get into all the details, let's start with this image of Jay-Z and Diddy partying together. Because dude, this picture says a lot more than just two music moguls having a good time. People have been talking, and the streets are saying that Jay-Z knows a lot more than he's letting on about the wild stuff going down at Diddy's infamous parties. There are even rumors swirling that Jay's behavior at these parties has been suspicious, especially considering all the whispers about his past relationships with Beyonce and Foxy Brown. Diddy and Jay-Z partying together. If you don't know the backstory, Foxy Brown and Jay-Z had this real close working relationship back in the 90s. But baby, when you start looking into it, it's giving all kinds of red flags. Foxy was like 14 or 15 when she first started making waves, okay? She jumped on LL Cool J's I Shot Your remix, and after that, she was everywhere. And who swoops in? Jay-Z. You already know where this is going. They start working together, and their first big collab was Ain't No Nigga from the Nutty Professor soundtrack, which dropped in 1996. But let me drop this on y'all real quick. The song was actually recorded in 1994, which means Foxy was 14 or 15 when she was out here trading bars with Jay-Z, who was around 25 at the time, 14. You get the keys to the exit. Now listen, I'm not trying to throw accusations around, but let's be real. A 14-year-old girl working that close with a 25-year-old man in the studio? Man, that's not sitting right with me. And when you listen to the lyrics of the song, Jay's talking about keeping her in Lexuses and Versace like, what? Some people think it's giving Predator, and they are side-eyeing all of this. The song goes on. Ain't no nigga like the one I got. No one can fuck you better. Sleeps around, but he gives me a lot. Keeps you in diamonds and leathers. Friends will tell me I should leave you alone. Tell the freaks to find a man of their own. While Foxy was officially 17 when the song was released in 1996. The fact that it was recorded 2 years earlier stirred controversy, particularly given the nature of the lyrics. Foxy's career catapulted after this early success, and Jay-Z played a significant role behind the scenes. Her debut album, Il Na Na, was released in 1996 when she was just 17, featuring Jay-Z as a key collaborator and co-writer on 5 tracks. One of the most notable tracks, Il Na Na, co-written by Jay-Z, featured explicit sexual themes that were far beyond what might be expected of an artist so young. Who got the illest pussy on the planet? Sugar walls coming down, niggas can't stand it. The Il Na Na True Absolute Vodka, straight shot for the has-beens and have-nots, dollar bill, and it don't stop. We moving up first the mansion, then the yacht, sound proper. Some people are saying writing a lyric praising a 15-year-old's vagina has to be the most predatory, groomish, and extremely evil behavior. The way they treated her meant she was seen way beyond her age. I mean, ask any 90s kid and they will never believe that they are age mates. And here's where the tea gets boiling. For years, there have been whispers and rumors that Jay and Foxy were more than just colleagues, and that this started when she was still underage. I mean, it was an open secret. Wendy was talking about it, 50 Cent throwing shade, and even Dame Dash acting all shifty about it. And then, Nas comes out with his 2001 diss track, Ether, and straight up confirms what people had been whispering, saying, Foxy got you hot cause you kept your face in her puss. What you think? You getting girls now cause of your looks. Man, when Nas aired Jay out like that, I nearly fell out. Like, he said it plain and simple. Everybody in the industry already knew. And can we talk about how Jay's old business partner, Dame Dash, was acting real shady in interviews?
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
No. I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you did.
putting
I'm
me in
just
that.
asking a question.
Because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody.
You the boss.
I wasn't. Oh, now I'm the boss.
Talking about how he doesn't remember anything about signing Foxy to Rockefeller. Like, sir, how do you not remember signing an artist as big as Foxy Brown? Super suspect. And let's not forget, where is Foxy's career now? This woman had talent, but her career never reached the heights it should have. She got caught up in all. Let's be real, if this was any other situation, we'd be having a full-blown Hash Me Too conversation about it. But because it's Jay-Z and Foxy was so young when all this went down, it's like everyone just wants to sweep it under the rug. But Jay-Z's whole brand now is built on being this family man with Beyonce, right? However, you can't just erase the shady stuff that went down in the past. Moving on to Bey. Okay, so we all know Queen Bee and Hav have been together forever, right? But let's break it down because Sis was 19 and Jay was 30 when they officially started dating. 19 and 30. Now, I don't care what anybody says, that age gap is something we need to talk about. Yeah, it's legal, but legal don't always mean right. Like, baby girl was still figuring life out, while this man was already deep in the game, fully grown, rich, and powerful. And let's be real, at 19, you're barely out of high school, still finding yourself, and he's already been through several life stages. Tell me that doesn't sound off. Some people believe they started talking before she even hit 19. Yep, word on the street is they met when she was just 16 on the set of Destiny's Child's music video back in '98, and some people are convinced things kicked off before she was even legal. We can't confirm that, but it's definitely a narrative that's out there. And the fact that Jay-Z Jay-Z is her only public relationship, the math is mathing in a very suspect way, child. Look at it this way. Beyonce grew up in front of us. Sis was sheltered, homeschooled, and worked nonstop under her dad's management. Then here comes Jay-Z, this 30-year-old powerful man in the industry, and suddenly they're the it couple. Now, don't get me wrong, I love them together now, but it's giving grooming vibes back in the day. I'm just saying, think about it. B's whole dating history is basically Jay-Z and her high school boyfriend. That's it. How many of us at 19 only dated 2 people, one of them being a 30-year-old superstar? It's not adding up for me, not at all. But let's not act like Jay-Z doesn't know. He knows he was on some suspect behavior. Y'all remember in his song 444 when he basically confesses? He's like, I said don't embarrass me instead of be mine. That was your 21st birthday. What? On her 21st birthday, you out here worried about embarrassment instead of treating her right? Jay-Z knew exactly what he was doing, and he even admitted they had a maturity gap. So knowing Jay's past, who will really be surprised that his close friend would be doing the same thing? In 2023, the first public allegations against Diddy surfaced. Cassie Ventura, his former girlfriend, filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of physical and emotional abuse. This lawsuit opened the floodgates, leading to a series of allegations that have since culminated in a federal indictment. The indictment, unsealed in September 2024, charges Diddy with sex trafficking by force, transportation to engage in prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy. Federal prosecutors allege that Diddy ran an enterprise involved in sex trafficking, forced labor, and other heinous crimes from 2008 to the present. Enter Lil Rod, a rising star in the hip-hop scene whose lawsuit has added another layer to this scandal. Lil Rod claims he was coerced into attending Diddy's infamous parties, where underage girls were allegedly trafficked and exploited. His lawsuit alleges that these parties were not just social gatherings, but orchestrated events designed to fulfill the desires of powerful men in the industry. Lil Rod's allegations link directly to the charges against Diddy, painting a picture of a systematic exploitation of young girls. The lawsuit also hints at the existence of recordings showing celebrities engaging in sexual acts with underage girls, a claim that, if proven true, could have far-reaching implications. Looking back at it again, this video now makes a lot of sense, and some people would argue that it shows there is a conspiracy between Diddy and Jay. The Diddy and Jay-Z conspiracy. Now, we need to get into the real reason Jay-Z snatched that phone at Diddy's 50th birthday party, and trust me, this tea is scorching. So there's been these rumors swirling for a minute now about what actually goes down at Diddy's parties, and honey, it's not just champagne toasts and Bobby Brown classics, I'm talking freak-offs, okay? Yep, those wild after-hours, arties within the party where things get real freaky.
Y'all gotta go, it's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to.
And guess who's been seen as complicit in all of this? None other than Jay-Z. Let me break it down. These parties are known to be super exclusive, the kind of event you're lucky to get an invite to. But there's a catch. No phones allowed. If you even think about pulling out your phone, you're getting shut down quick. And the reason for that? Because once the lights dim and the crowd thins out, anything can happen. And these men don't want any proof of what goes down making its way into the public. These freak-offs are Diddy's little open secret, and everyone who's been to one knows you're not leaving with receipts. So here's what went down. It's Diddy's birthday. Beyonce is over there just minding her business, dancing with Kelly and Saweetie, and everyone's having a great time. Suddenly, some guy decides to film the party, probably just trying to get a quick video to flex later. But Jay-Z, Jay was not having it. He snatches that phone out of the man's hand so fast you'd think it was a security drill. And let's be real, this wasn't just about privacy. This was about keeping what happens at Diddy's parties under wraps. Now, think about it. Diddy's been throwing these wild parties for years, and somehow we never hear about what really happens. Sure, there are always whispers, but no solid proof. You know why? Because the moment a phone comes out, it gets confiscated or the person gets warned real quick. This allegedly isn't just Jay-Z being protective of his wife's privacy, it's an alleged system. An alleged system to keep these freak-offs and their shady dealings hidden. And let's not act like Jay is innocent here. He's been around Diddy for years, attending these parties, so he knows the drill. He knows what goes down and how important it is to keep it hush-hush. But here's where it gets real suspect. Beyonce, Kelly, Saweetie, they're all having a good time dancing near this dude who just got his phone snatched. You can see Beyonce and Saweetie later, holding each other's arms, all hyped up, clearly not even worried about the drama. It's almost like they know what's up, like this is just another day in the life at these parties. Nothing to see here, just business as usual. That's why for years, none of this stuff has come to light. They've mastered the art of controlling what the public sees. And when you're at one of Diddy's parties, you better know the rules, or you'll find yourself getting your phone yanked right out of your hand. So the next time someone tries to tell you Jay and Diddy are just being private, nah sis, it's a whole operation to keep what happens at these parties locked down. So recently a video has surfaced showing Diddy straight up collecting people's phones before they head to his yacht for one of his infamous parties. We all know this is not normal behavior, and some people think they know why he's doing it. In the video, you see Diddy, cool as ever, just casually walking around collecting phones from everyone like he's the bouncer at some top secret club. On one side of the car, we've got Young Miami chilling, and on the other side, you can see a group of girls looking like they already know the deal. No phones, no evidence, no proof. And then Diddy, all smooth, just says thank you as he takes the phones like it's routine or something. Routine for what, Diddy? What kind of party needs everyone's phones locked down like this? You already know it's suspect.
Got everybody's phone now? Got everybody's phone.
And let's be real for a second. We've heard about Diddy's wild parties for years, but this phone collecting thing, it's giving, we need to keep what happens next secret. You don't just take people's phones because you don't want them texting. This is about making sure nothing leaves that yacht. No photos, no videos, no proof of whatever freakish freak-off behavior is about to go down. I'm talking about those freaky after-dark activities that have been rumored at Diddy's events for a while now. Plus, how old are these girls in front of him? Mind you, he is the only one allowed to take photos at this event, as investigators have found hidden cameras in his home. So you are going home with no receipts, but he has receipts of billionaires and questionable activity. So back in March, federal agents raided Diddy's homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And child, the stuff they uncovered is wild. I'm talking rooms filled with toys, bondage gear, hidden cameras, and more. According to an agent who was part of the Miami search, Diddy's home wasn't just a luxurious mansion, it was set up for his infamous freak-offs. Apparently, these weren't your average parties. These were full-blown drug-fueled marathons, and Diddy had the whole place wired with hidden cameras. Yep, you heard that right. If you were at one of these parties, you were being recorded from every angle, and I'm not talking obvious cameras. The source straight up said there were angles you wouldn't even know about. So literally, no one was safe from being filmed. And it gets creepier. Diddy didn't even have to be in the room to watch the action. The man had his setup so advanced, he could watch these recordings remotely on his phone or even cast them onto a TV in another part of the house. So while these parties were going down, Diddy could be lurking in a completely different room, watching everything go down like it was a Netflix special. And trust me, he was frequently in the room as well. This man took surveillance to another level. Like, who does that? Now, let's talk about the charges, because this isn't just about some wild parties. Diddy's indictment, which was unsealed by the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, accuses him of trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Sis, this is serious. The indictment claims Diddy hosted these drug-fueled parties where people were forced to participate through coercion, fear, or even outright force. This isn't just rich people freakiness. This is predatory criminal behavior. Aside from the hidden cameras, they found all the freak-off supplies you could imagine. We're talking narcotics, toys, bondage gear, more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. Who even needs that much? But here's the real kicker. They found videos of these freak-offs. So it's not just word of mouth or rumors. There's actual footage of these wild parties, and who knows what's on those tapes. This is more than just getting caught. It's a full-blown federal case now. Think about it. Diddy, who's been this huge figure in music and entertainment for decades, has been hiding all this behind his luxury lifestyle. He built his image as this mogul, this party king. But now we're seeing what's really been going on behind closed doors. And let me tell you, it's not pretty. Trafficking, coercion, hidden cameras, this is next level depravity. And the fact that all this is coming out now makes you wonder how long it's been happening and how many people were involved. At this point, Diddy's whole empire is crumbling. And these charges are no joke. The feds are coming for him hard. And with all this evidence piling up, from the freak-off supplies to the videos, it's looking really bad for him. The man who was once at the top of the music industry is now facing some of the most serious charges out there. While a few people like Cassie and Joy Dickerson and some of his exes have come out with receipts of his debauchery and crime, some have either tried to be on the defensive. I'm looking at you, Young Miami.
The Global Icon Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Key to the City. He had a new album that was coming out. So I was celebrating him with the world. And I just feel like everybody trying to crucify me for it. Like, you was his biggest advocate, you was his cheerleader, but I was just celebrating when the world was celebrating him. So why am I being crucified?
Speaking of those people who have been silent during these whole ordeal, people are calling out J.Lo, saying there is no way she can say she saw nothing. And this goes back to 1999, where she even covered for him after a nightclub shooting, the Diddy Club shooting. On December 28, 1999, Sean Puffy Combs and his girlfriend at the time, the one and only Jennifer Lopez, are out in Midtown Manhattan celebrating the upcoming release of an album by Puffy's protege, Shine, aka Jamal Barrow. They're partying it up at Club New York, but as the night's wrapping up and they're about to leave, things go left real quick. So Puffy's holding a bottle of champagne, living his best life, when he accidentally bumps into a guy named Matthew Allen. But this dude's known in the streets as Scar, and trust me, he's not the kind of guy you want to mess with. In the process of all this, Puffy knocks Scar's drink out of his hand, and Scar's not having it. He pushes Puffy, and before you know it, things get heated. And to make things worse, one of Scar's boys decides to escalate things by throwing a stack of money right in Puffy's face. Y'all know how this goes. Next thing you know, shots ring out. Chaos. 3 people end up getting shot in the melee, and it's all bad. Puffy and J. Lo jump into a Lincoln Navigator, trying to get out of there fast, but the cops catch up to them, and when officers catch them, there's a gun in the trunk. Officers immediately arrest them on the spot. The whole thing turns into a media circus. I mean, Puffy and J. Lo, this was huge. However, J. Lo got off real quick. She was cleared of any involvement, but Puffy, not so much. Witnesses came forward saying they saw Puffy with the gun, and to make matters worse, his own driver testified that Puffy tried to bribe him into taking the fall and claiming the gun as his. Messy, right? But here's where it gets wild. Puffy had Johnny Cochran, yes, that Johnny Cochran of O.J. Simpson fame, on his legal team, and they put in work to create enough doubt to get Puffy acquitted. They even played the he's too famous to be walking around with a gun card, with one lawyer saying, "I don't know if you know this, judge, but this person, Jennifer Lopez, is a very famous actress. To think Mr. Combs is walking around with her with a loaded gun, it's so ridiculous that it stretches the imagination." And just like that, Puffy walks. But not everyone gets off so easy. Shine, the 21-year-old rapper who was supposed to be Puffy's next big thing, ends up taking the fall and gets slapped with almost 9 years in prison for assault, gun possession, and reckless endangerment. And if that wasn't bad enough, Shine was heated. He felt like Puffy sold him out just to save himself. The streets never forget, and neither did Shine. He dropped tracks from behind bars, calling Puffy out for being a snitch. One of his songs straight up asks, "What you gonna do when shit hit the fan? Take it like a man or snitch like a bitch?" Yikes. Now here's the plot twist. Puffy, after all this mess, decides to rebrand himself. He goes from Puffy to P. Diddy, trying to leave the drama behind and rebuild his image. But honey, you can't escape your past that easily. And this whole saga lived on in songs, media, and even inspired a Law & Order episode in 2001. In the L&O version, the rap mogul's famous girlfriend, played by none other than Kerry Washington, is the one who pulls the trigger, all because she was disrespected. They took some creative liberties, but come on, the story was too juicy not to make it into primetime TV. Now here's where things get even crazier. Years later in December, the real-life Scar, Matthew Allen, is shot to death at a nightclub in Brooklyn. Shine, who's now embraced Judaism and goes by Moses Michael Levi, squashes his beef with Puffy. Y'all, they were at Paris Fashion Week together, front row at Kenzo and Givenchy like nothing ever happened. However, after the recent arrest, Shine is singing a different music.
He and I were boom ballet. This is someone that destroyed my life, but do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is going through? Absolutely not.
And let's not forget that Diddy has a history of throwing people under the bus to save his own skin, just like he did with Shine. Well, it looks like Diddy's back at it again, selling out anyone involved in these tapes to make a quick buck. According to Jaguar Wright, he doesn't care who gets caught up in the fallout as long as he gets his money. It's shady, it's dirty, and it's exactly the kind of behavior we've come to expect from Diddy at this point. Now, Jaguar Wright has come out to claim that Diddy is broke and desperate for cash. She's claiming that Diddy has allegedly been selling videos of his infamous freak-off parties on the dark web for a whopping $500 million. And guess what? The tapes apparently feature some major names like Justin Bieber, Drake, Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, and Rihanna. What's even wilder is that these videos are apparently being sold for $500 million, on the dark web no less, which means Diddy's trying to keep it real hush-hush while raking in the cash. And while none of the celebs Jaguar named have been directly linked to any criminal activity, you can bet they're sweating a little, wondering if they'll get dragged into the mess. And let's talk about how deep this really goes. The tapes, according to Jaguar, don't just capture the surface level stuff. They're recorded from hidden cameras Diddy allegedly set up all over his houses and venues, meaning these high-profile celebs probably had no idea they were being filmed from every angle. It's like a dark web reality show with no consent, and now it's being sold off to the highest bidder. Jaguar even hinted at something called dark coin, which is supposedly being used to keep these tapes from leaking into the mainstream. According to her, this is how they're trading these videos, keeping them locked in the shadows where only the real money players can access them. And get this, Jaguar said Diddy once even auctioned off women from his parties as NFTs, attaching them to this dark coin. It's a whole underground operation, and Diddy seems to be knee-deep in it. Now, some folks are laughing this off, saying Jaguar is just name-dropping for attention, but others are connecting the dots and realizing this might be bigger than anyone imagined. Diddy's currently facing serious charges for trafficking and racketeering, and if these tapes really do exist, it could bring down even more powerful people with him. That brings us to the end of this video. For more interesting videos like this, click on the cards on your screen.
I'm following Puff, and his parties were like amazing. But Puff say this party, Playboy, this party right here, I see $1.5 million. I said, The what?
In the glitzy world of Hollywood, where fame and fortune collide, there are whispers of extravagant and mysterious gatherings hosted by none other than P. Diddy, also known as Sean Combs. These secret parties have become the talk of the town, with shocking allegations and rumors surrounding them. From accounts by Jamie Foxx, 50 Cent, and even Usher, a lot of questions have been raised about what goes on at these parties. Brace yourself as we go on a jaw-dropping journey into the hidden world of Hollywood's most notorious gathering. P. Diddy secret parties.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Following Puff, and his parties were like amazing.
The world of Hollywood is no stranger to scandal and controversy, and P. Diddy's secret parties have certainly added fuel to the fire. Over the years, American rapper Puff Diddy's all-secret parties have caused quite a stir, featuring the best of celebrities, movers, and shakers of the entertainment industry. Puff Diddy's parties stay at the top of the most exclusive gatherings in Hollywood. However, there have been speculations about Puff Diddy's secret parties that raise a lot of questions. In this video, we witness a candid conversation between these celebrities, shedding light on the rumored all-men secret parties hosted by Sean Puffy Combs, better known as P. Diddy. Twitter users have been buzzing with speculation, particularly about Usher's alleged grooming by Puffy and exposure to these wild parties from a very young age. We've seen a lot of celebrities who openly discuss P. Diddy's parties, raising questions about his heterosexuality. Jamie Foxx, known for his unfiltered remarks, doesn't hold back as he mentions Puffy's secret parties, hinting at the wild and scandalous nature of these gatherings.
600 women, 200 guys, so it became a floating party. So when Puff came to LA, he said, yo, Playboy, Saturday morning, make it happen. I said, I'm on it. Went into my phones, called 200, because I didn't have a big house, 200 of my best friends, girls that were beautiful but not tight, but not slutty, you know, just...
Fox's words leave us intrigued, eager to uncover the shocking truth behind these secret parties. But he's not the only one who has something to say. 50 Cent, known for his provocative nature, takes a jab at P. Diddy, mocking him for hosting all-men parties. In a clip from his final lap tour, 50 Cent opens up about his experiences and sheds light on the suspicious behavior he witnessed at P. Diddy's private party.
That's why I don't be going to them Puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What are you talking about?
During his tour, 50 Cent expresses his feelings of being emasculated and out of place at these events. He recounts a particular incident where he felt overwhelmed, simultaneously hugged from the front and back. This encounter left him questioning his presence and whether he truly belonged in that kind of party.
Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my mother kind of party. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. And like that is going on.
50 Cent's candid admission raises eyebrows and adds another layer of intrigue to the already scandalous narrative surrounding P. Diddy's secret parties. But this isn't the first time 50 Cent has alluded to questionable situations at these gatherings. In fact, he previously took to Instagram to post a photo connecting Puff Daddy, as he was formerly known, to a similar situation at another party. In the photo shared by 50 Cent himself, he reiterated why he didn't like going to Puff's parties after images of rapper Lil Baby being hugged by two men simultaneously at Puff Diddy's all-white party surfaced on the internet. In another interview, 50 Cent once again insinuated that Puff Diddy himself was gay.
Oh my God. Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner thieves in theaters January.
Oh, that's why he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
50 Cent's many comments add fuel to the fire, intensifying the speculation surrounding P. Diddy's parties, but it's Usher's revelations that truly leave us stunned.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
He opens up about his time living with Puffy as a teenager and the parties they had at the infamous Puff's Flavor Camp.
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Usher's words paint a vivid picture of the debauchery that allegedly took place at these secret parties. At the end of the video, Usher stated that as a dad himself, he would never send his child to Puffy's camp.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Usher's answers left viewers speculating what the young Usher might have witnessed or experienced while at the Flavor Camp. While the videos and the testimonies of celebrities like Jamie Foxx, 50 Cent, and Usher have raised eyebrows, we cannot definitively say what truly goes on behind closed doors at these exclusive gatherings. It's also important to note that P. Diddy has not been found guilty of any wrongdoing related to these parties. In conclusion, the secret parties of P. Diddy in Hollywood remain shrouded in mystery. While the leaked video and the testimonies of celebrities have sparked intrigue, we must approach these allegations with skepticism until concrete evidence emerges. The truth behind these parties may never be fully revealed, leaving us to wonder what truly happens behind closed doors. P. Diddy's journey.
He's a man who stretches across a broad spectrum of interests, from fashion to film, music to reality television, and who enjoys extraordinary commercial success.
While Puffy is no stranger to scandals, there's no denying he is one of the most influential figures in the music industry. From his humble beginnings in Harlem to his rise as a music mogul, Sean Love Combs has left an indelible mark on the world of hip-hop and beyond. Next, we uncover the untold stories, shocking facts, and incredible achievements that have shaped the early life and musical journey of this iconic artist. Born on November 4th, 1969, in the vibrant neighborhood of Harlem, New York City, Sean Love Combs, born Sean John Combs, was raised in a community that pulsated with music and creativity. Growing up, Combs showed an innate passion for music and entertainment. He attended the prestigious Mount St. Michael Academy, where he not only excelled academically, but also showcased his talents as a performer. It was during these formative years that Combs' love for music began to take shape. As a teenager, Combs found himself drawn to the thriving music scene of New York City. He immersed himself in the sounds of hip-hop, R&B, and soul, which would later influence his own musical style. Combs' upbringing in Harlem provided him with a unique perspective and an understanding of the struggles and triumphs of the community. After completing his high school education, Combs took a significant step towards his musical aspirations by enrolling at Howard University in Washington, D.C. While studying business administration, he continued to nurture his passion for music, honing his skills as a performer and gaining valuable insights into the industry. During his time at Howard University, Combs began to make a name for himself as a party promoter. He organized events that attracted a diverse crowd, bringing in renowned DJs and creating an electric atmosphere. These early experiences allowed Combs to develop a keen understanding of the music industry and the power of creating unforgettable moments. However, Combs decided to drop out of Howard University after his sophomore year and return to his roots in New York City. It was here that he would embark on a journey that would forever change the landscape of the music industry. Combs secured a job as an intern at Uptown Records in 1990, a prominent record label at the time, where he quickly rose through the ranks and became an A&R executive. Combs' time at Uptown Records proved to be a pivotal period in his career. Working alongside talented artists such as Jodeci and Mary J. Blige, he showcased his exceptional talent for spotting raw potential and nurturing artists to reach their full potential. It was during this time that Combs' vision for his own record label began to take shape. In 1993, Combs took a leap of faith and founded his own record label, Bad Boy Records. This bold move would forever alter the course of his life and the music industry as a whole. With a unique blend of hip-hop and R&B, Combs introduced a new sound that captivated audiences and propelled Bad Boy Records to unprecedented success. With an unparalleled talent for producing and cultivating artists, Combs quickly assembled a roster of incredible talent under the Bad Boy Records banner. One of his earliest signings was the iconic rapper, the Notorious B.I.G., whose debut album Ready to Die became an instant classic. The collaboration between Combs and the Notorious B.I.G. would prove to be a game changer, propelling both artists to new heights of success until the latter's shooting death. Combs' production skills and innovative approach to music caught the attention of the industry, and soon he found himself in high demand. He worked with renowned artists such as Mary J. Blige, Usher, and Faith Evans, helping to shape their careers and elevate their music to new levels. Combs' unique blend of hip-hop and R&B became synonymous with the Bad Boy Records sound, captivating audiences worldwide.
The best thing about making it big is making a lot of people happy. That's why I don't understand it when I hear artists say, something's too commercial, it reaches too wide of an audience. I always thought that's why you made music, to make a whole bunch of people happy. So I'm proud to be a pop star.
In 1997, Combs released his own debut album, No Way Out, under the name Puff Daddy. The album was a massive success, reaching #1 on the Billboard 200 chart and being certified 7 times platinum. It featured hit singles such as I'll Be Missing You, a heartfelt tribute to his late friend, the notorious B.I.G., which topped the charts and became an anthem of the era.
Biggie just wasn't an artist to me, you know, he was my friend, he was one of my best friends.
Combs' success extended beyond the music charts. He ventured into acting, making appearances in films such as Monsters Ball and Get Him to the Greek. His charismatic presence and natural talent translated seamlessly onto the big screen, further solidifying his status as a multi-talented entertainer. One of Combs' most notable contributions to the industry is his involvement in the reality TV show Making the Band. The show provided aspiring artists with a platform to showcase their talents and compete for a chance to be signed to Bad Boy Records. Through Making the Band, Combs not only discovered new talent, but also gave viewers a behind-the-scenes look at the music industry, inspiring a new generation of artists and music enthusiasts. In addition to his music and fashion ventures, Combs also made a name for himself in the business world. He partnered with the Ciroc vodka brand, turning it into a massive success and solidifying his position as a savvy entrepreneur. Combs' business acumen and ability to spot lucrative opportunities allowed him to build an empire that extended far beyond the realm of music. Combs' success has not only brought him fame and fortune, but has also allowed him to give back to his community and make a difference in the lives of others. Combs has always been passionate about using his platform to uplift those in need. In 1995, he founded Daddy's House Social Programs, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing educational opportunities and support to inner-city youth. Through this initiative, Combs has helped countless young individuals realize their potential and pursue their dreams. In addition to his work with Daddy's House, Combs has been actively involved in various charitable causes. He has donated to organizations supporting Hurricane Katrina relief efforts, as well as initiatives focused on education, healthcare, and social justice. Combs' philanthropy extends beyond financial contributions, as he has also used his influence to raise awareness and advocate for positive change. Combs' impact on the music industry cannot be overstated. His innovative production techniques and unique blend of hip-hop and R&B have influenced countless artists and shaped the sound of contemporary music. He has served as a mentor and collaborator to emerging talents, nurturing their careers and helping them reach new heights of success. In conclusion, Sean Combs' early life, musical career, philanthropy, and impact have left an indelible mark on the world. From his humble beginnings to his status as a global icon, Combs' story is one of passion, talent, and resilience. As we reflect on his journey, we are reminded of the power of music, the importance of giving back, and the ability to create lasting change. More scandals, trailing P. Diddy. Despite his immense success and seemingly glowing career, Sean Puffy Combs seems like a magnet for scandals. Aside from speculations about his secret parties, he also faces a fair share of other controversies along the way that have threatened to tarnish his reputation. From sexual assault allegations to physical assault and even murder, there's almost no end to these scandals. First, Puff Diddy has been associated with one of the most infamous and controversial murder cases in the history of hip-hop, the deaths of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G.
But do you have any idea who killed him?
No.
No idea?
No idea.
Do you know who was responsible for the killing of Tupac Shakur?
No, I don't.
But you still feel the loss of your friends?
Yeah, of course. I feel the loss of my friend.
To understand the speculations surrounding Puff Diddy's alleged involvement, we need to go back to the 1990s, a time when the East Coast-West Coast rap rivalry was at its peak. Tupac Shakur, a rising star from the West Coast, and the notorious B.I.G., representing the East Coast, were at the center of this feud. On September 7, 1996, Tupac Shakur was shot multiple times in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. He was taken to the hospital but succumbed to his injuries 6 days later. The murder sent shockwaves through the music industry and sparked a wave of conspiracy theories. One theory that emerged was that Puff Diddy, along with his record label Bad Boy Entertainment, had a motive to have Tupac killed. The alleged motive stemmed from the belief that Tupac blamed Puff Diddy and the notorious B.I.G. for his previous shooting in 1994, which he survived. Tupac believed that they had prior knowledge of the attack and failed to warn him. This fueled the animosity between the two camps and added fuel to the fire of the East Coast-West Coast rivalry. Just 6 months after Tupac's death, on March 9, 1997, Biggie, also known as Biggie Smalls, was fatally shot in Los Angeles. The murder of Biggie, who was considered one of the greatest rappers of his time, further intensified the speculation surrounding Puff Diddy's involvement. The similarities between the two murders raised eyebrows. Both Tupac and Biggie were shot in drive-by shootings, and the cases remained unsolved, leaving room for speculation and conspiracy theories. Many believed that the murders were connected and part of a larger conspiracy within the music industry. One of the key pieces of evidence that fueled the speculations was the alleged involvement of Puff Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal. Deal claimed that the shooting of the notorious B.I.G. was not a random act but a premeditated murder. He stated that the car was waiting for Biggie all night, suggesting that it was a planned hit. Deal's claims added another layer of intrigue to the already complex case. He expressed his frustration with the portrayal of Biggie's death in documentaries and interviews, stating that the stories being told are not truthful and that people are believing them. According to Deal, the pain of that night still haunts him, and he believes that it will continue until he is taken away by God. Aside from these murder allegations, P. Diddy has also been linked to physical assault scandals. In April 1999, Combs was embroiled in an assault case after he was charged with assaulting Steve Stout of Interscope Records. At the time, Stout was the manager for Nas. P. Diddy and Nas had filmed a video earlier that year for the song Hate Me Now. According to reports, Diddy was concerned that the video, which had featured a scene of Nas and Diddy being crucified, was blasphemous. He then asked for his scenes on the cross to be pulled, but the video aired unedited on MTV on April 15th. Following this, it was said that Diddy visited Stout's offices and injured him. Another incident also occurred on December 28, 1999. Diddy, alongside his then-girlfriend, the multi-talented Jennifer Lopez, were at Midtown's Club New York celebrating Diddy's protege, Shine, aka Jamal Barrow's soon-to-be-released album. As the couple were leaving, Diddy, carrying a bottle of champagne, accidentally jostled one of the club's patrons, knocking the patron's drink out of his hand. The man, Matthew Allen, who was reportedly a street tough known as Scar, responded to Diddy by shoving him. From there, things escalated, and one of Allen's companions was said to have thrown a stack of money in Combs' face, further intensifying the situation. Shots were then fired, leaving 3 people injured. Diddy and Lopez were arrested as they were fleeing the scene in a Lincoln Navigator with a gun in the trunk. J-Lo was quickly absolved, and although witnesses said they'd seen Diddy with the weapon, with his driver even testifying that his boss had bribed him to claim ownership, his legal team created enough doubt that Combs was acquitted too. According to reports, one of his lawyers in court said to the judge, "I don't know if you know this, judge, but this person, Jennifer Lopez, is a very famous actress. To think Mr. Combs is walking around with her with a loaded gun, it's so ridiculous that it stretches the imagination." In the end, Shine was the one who got to serve almost 9 years for assault, gun possession, and reckless endangerment for the incident. He claimed Diddy had sold him out to save his own skin. More recently, sexual assault allegations have also been trailing the rapper, and these allegations have left fans and critics alike questioning the true nature of the man behind the music. It was a bombshell that shook the music industry. On November 17, 2023, Puff Diddy, the charismatic rapper and entrepreneur, found himself at the center of a storm of sexual assault allegations. It all began with a lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, accusing him of heinous crimes that would forever tarnish his reputation. In the lawsuit, Cassie alleged that Diddy had raped her, engaged in sex trafficking, and subjected her to domestic violence during their tumultuous relationship. The shocking claims sent shockwaves through the industry, leaving fans and colleagues stunned. The details of the lawsuit were nothing short of horrifying. Cassie claimed that Diddy had used his power and influence to manipulate and control her, forcing her into non-consensual sexual acts. She described a pattern of abuse that had left her traumatized and scarred. As news of the lawsuit broke, the media frenzy surrounding Diddy reached a fever pitch. Tabloids and news outlets were quick to jump on the story, amplifying the shocking allegations and fueling public outrage. The court of public opinion was divided, with some staunchly defending Diddy, while others believed Cassie's claims. Diddy, however, wasted no time in vehemently denying the allegations. In a statement released through his legal team, he called the claims offensive and outrageous, asserting his innocence and vowing to fight to clear his name. The lawsuit sent shockwaves through Diddy's inner circle as well, but just as quickly as the lawsuit had emerged, it was resolved. The details of the settlement were kept confidential, leaving the public in the dark about the outcome. Speculation ran rampant, with some believing that Diddy had paid a hefty sum to make the lawsuit disappear because he was indeed guilty. The resolution of the lawsuit, however, did not mark the end of the story. In fact, it was only the beginning. Just when it seemed like the storm surrounding Puff Diddy couldn't get any worse, more women stepped forward with shocking allegations of their own. The first to come forward was Joy Dickerson Neal, a woman who claimed that Diddy had drugged and raped her back in 1991. Joy's story sent shockwaves through the industry once again. She detailed a harrowing encounter with the rapper, describing how he had lured her into a vulnerable state and then violated her in the most horrific way imaginable. Her allegations allegations painted a disturbing picture of a man who had abused his power and preyed on unsuspecting victims. Diddy wasted no time in denying Joy's claims. He dismissed them as a money grab, suggesting that she was simply seeking financial gain by tarnishing his name. According to a spokesperson for the rapper, this last-minute lawsuit is an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head. Miss Dickerson's 32-year-old story is made up and not credible. Mr. Combs never assaulted her, and she implicates companies that did not exist. This is purely a money grab and nothing more. As the media frenzy surrounding Joy's allegations reached a fever pitch, another bombshell dropped. On November 23, 2023, an unnamed Jane Doe filed a lawsuit claiming that Diddy, along with singer-songwriter Aaron Hall, had taken turns raping her and a friend over 30 years ago. The allegations painted a picture of a depraved and predatory duo, using their fame and influence to commit heinous acts. Diddy's spokesperson was quick to respond, calling Jane Doe's claims fabricated and nothing more than a money grab. The denials continued to pour in, but the weight of the allegations was impossible to ignore. The public was left grappling with the disturbing possibility that their beloved icon was capable of such atrocities. The impact of these additional allegations was far-reaching. Diddy's reputation was in tatters, and the music industry was left reeling. The once untouchable star now found himself at the center of a maelstrom of controversy, with fans and colleagues alike questioning whether they had been blind to his true nature all along. In the wake of these shocking revelations, Diddy made a decision that would have lasting consequences. He temporarily stepped aside as chairman of the TV network Revolt. The network stated that this decision was temporary and aimed to ensure their focus on creating meaningful content for the black community. But the allegations continued to mount. On December 6, 2023, a fourth woman came forward, accusing Diddy and former Bad Boy Entertainment president Harve Pierre of sex trafficking and gang rape when she was just 17 years old. Once again, Diddy vehemently denied these allegations, stating that he did not engage in any of the acts being alleged. The world watched in disbelief as the allegations against Diddy continued to pile up. The once beloved icon was now a pariah, his name forever linked to the darkest corners of the human experience. But amidst the chaos and controversy, one question remained. What would be the ultimate outcome of these shocking allegations? In the face of mounting allegations and public scrutiny, Puff Diddy refused to back down. He spoke out, vowing to fight for his name, his family, and the truth. The world watched as the once untouchable icon embarked on a battle to salvage his reputation and reclaim his place in the music industry. Diddy took to social media, addressing the allegations head-on. He maintained his innocence, vehemently denying each and every claim made against him. In a series of impassioned posts, he declared that he would not be silenced, that he would fight to clear his name and expose what he believed to be a malicious campaign against him. Enough is enough, Diddy started. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Still, the road to redemption would not be an easy one. The allegations had taken a toll on Diddy's career, with sponsors and business partners distancing themselves from it. The music industry, once his playground, now seemed like a hostile battleground. As we come to the end of this video, we are undoubtedly left with more questions than answers. Are P. Diddy's secret parties in Hollywood truly as scandalous as they seem? What really goes on behind his closed doors? And most importantly, who really is Sean Puffy Combs? For more thought-provoking videos like this, click on the cards showing on your screens and I'll be waiting.